are, guys. We have none other than the beautiful Chandra Currelley on the line with us. How are you doing this morning?
Well, I'm good, Shanie Dee. I am good, girl. I am enjoying a beautiful day, talking to beautiful people.
Oh, you know what? I so very much appreciate you when I was given the vision to do this and to have women of color give us a call. You got it like that. Give us a call just to inspire and encourage women and tell a little bit of our own testimonies. I appreciate the fact, Chandra, that you was like, yes. Hands down, yes.
It is my honor, I tell you.
Wow. And you know what? Everybody, oh, Chandra, that's the one from Tyler Perry Plays, and she does this and she does that. But, you know, you're so much more than Tyler Perry. Not to take anything from him. He's awesome in his own way. But you have things in a life that happened for you before Tyler Perry Plays. Could you tell people just a little bit about a little bit of your testimony?
Oh yes, you know, when I started out as a young performer, not really knowing I was going to be a performer, my high school teacher was LaTanya Richardson.
Oh wow!
Who ended up marrying Samuel Jackson.
Okay.
And Sam paid for my first theater workshop, and he's the one that told me to take voice lessons because I would work more in musical theater. Not knowing that I would end up being in a band, you know, joining a band, ended up working with the SOS band and Roy Ayers. And matter of fact, when Tyler saw me, I was doing a musical called Sophisticated Ladies. We had just lost our record deal, the SOS band, and so still had to work and ended up meeting him. And, you know, that's history now. How about that?
Wow. And as you were going through those times and situation, tell us the number one thing you leaned on, the number one entity you leaned on to help you make it through.
Well, first of all, I was raised by a single mother, so I understand the power that women have.
Yeah.
You know, it was not easy for her, but she never let on to all the things that she went through. She just basically focused on making sure she took care of her baby.
Right.
And in return, I watched a strong woman. And I watched a woman that endured and through the endurement still thrived. And so I had no other choice but to, you know, have a great work ethic. You know, and my character.
Yeah.
Mama had a wonderful character. And she poured into me to be the best person I could be. And I had a grandmother that was the first lady of the church.
Oh, wow.
And my grandmother was one of those women that, you know, it didn't matter what she was doing, she was humming, and she was talking to God.
Yes.
And as a child, I would see that. And sometimes, you know, because back in the day, you know, you didn't understand what they were saying. You know, I understand what you're saying.
Right.
But all I knew was it was something that connected with me in my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been a person that had a strong spirit, man.
Yes.
And even when I sing, you feel that.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if I sing R&B, it doesn't matter if I sing jazz. And definitely when I sing inspirational songs, it is there. It has always been a big part of what I've done. And I think those are the things that I realized that has brought me this far. So, I mean, even as a child, it was God. It was His presence in my life.
Yes.
And to be able to connect at a certain time and realize that things were bigger than me was the ultimate. Mm-hmm. And so when I began to be an entertainer, I began to understand there's a purpose. And the purpose is beyond you. The purpose is to serve. And so when I even talk to young people, I tell them, I remember a kid asked me, what do you do to keep having a big ego? And then they were really probably referring to somebody that was in the room,
Right.
And so I said, the way you do it is you look at yourself as a servant. And I think as women, we've been the biggest servants.
Yes,
we've been the biggest servants. That's why I understand that we need the bigger covering.
Yes.
Because it's on our back that everything functions. We're the ones that bring life in. We're the ones that nurture it.
Yes.
We're the ones that a lot of times make the decision. There's always in the Bible that it was always a woman that was in the ear of the king. It's always been women. And so when they take the time out, and like you were taking the time out to recognize women all over the world,
yes.
Because we are connected. And that's why it's so important that as women, we support other women. The world wants us to compete. They want us to be jealous. They want us to be insecure so they can have the power. Because it's woman power, there's nothing like it.
That's
and
right.
It goes through history. It's no new thing. It's never been a new thing. I mean, the mother of Christ, So it's like, don't try to play us down.
That's right.
And we can't play each other down. But yeah, we got to understand the games and the tricks. Because that's how it is when you have power.
Mm-hmm.
They're always going to try to, knock it and cut it down.
Yeah.
Because other people want to take the credit. They don't want to stop the work, but they want to take the credit.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's a beautiful thing for women to see women support women and understand that, wisdom comes from a price.
That's right.
And I think by now we paid the price. And so it's time, as they say, rest in your labor.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to recognize what they contribute.
Right.
And enjoy, who they are.
Wow, you are absolutely right on everything that you're saying, and you're absolutely right when you say even when you sing, you can just feel the anointing just reeking from you. when you sing, it's like life changing. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, she's in character. No, yeah, you're in character, but at the same time, it's something that's rooted in you that can show up whenever it has an opportunity, and that's the glow of God being on your life. And so we just want to say, first of all, thank you again for just being an inspiration to us. One of the things is in this area, and with us streaming, we're streaming around the world. We even hear people call in to us from Ghana. And I was surprised to know that. But it's an inspiration to let women know you can make it. Through the power of prayer, belief, faith, knowing that God is there for you, you can do it. You can be another Chandra Currelley. You can be another Shanie Dee. I call her my namesake, or I don't know which one of us is older, but both of our first name is Chandra, so
that's right. And that's not by mistake.
That's right.
Not by mistake. That's beautiful.
It is.
And it is. I mean, all of us grow and thrive from the women who are on their face.
Yes.
Let there be no mistake.
Yes.
In dealing in the natural from an earthly point of view.
Come on.
It is so important that we are connected to the spiritual world.
That's right. That is so right.
And, there's been so many times that I remember writing a song called oh God, I was just thinking about You Just Right. But think about it.
Okay.
And what happened was I was just thinking about the goodness of God.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, when I go back and I'm thinking, how did I do that? How did I get through that? How did I get through that? It was God there all the time.
Yes.
In those moments.
Yes.
And sometimes it'll be moments where it'll run like a video. And I see that? What's that? Did you see that? You remember that? You remember when they said that?
Right.
You remember what that was? How did that happen?
Ooh,
And,
Jesus.
you know, that's when I wrote that song. And I was on the road when I wrote that song. And I played it for Tyler. Because actually, you know, I could talk about it like it was years. When we would go on the road, we could not, because we would work so consistently, we couldn't, like, go home in between. Because the only days we would have off would be, like, the Monday. And a lot of times that would be the travel day.
Right.
And I played it for him. And I said, I got to put this song down. I got to go to a recording studio and put this song down. And he said, and he heard it. And he said, okay. He said, you do it, you can't tell nobody. And I left. I forgot where we were. I don't know what the DC is. I don't know where we were. But I ended up going out to North Carolina, something, to a recording studio and put that song down. And I remember something that was very unusual. I never had vocal problems, you know, because first of all, I did take those vocal lessons.
Okay.
And I knew how to keep my voice. And especially on the road, you get to go by certain things. But it was something about the travel, how I traveled. It was trying to interfere with my voice. And I remember going in the studio, and my husband was there. He had met me there. And I said, I don't know what's going on. When I got to the microphone, I said, what's going on? You know? And we prayed in that vocal booth.
Wow.
And you couldn't tell it. When I heard it back, I couldn't even believe it. I didn't even, when I came, and after I got through singing, I just went through a period where something was going on, but I was finding out, too, about going to different parts of the world.
Right.
You know, different parts of the land and how it affects your body. And so I learned from that experience, but I was still able to perform and everything like that because of, you know, the skills that I had learned.
Right.
But I remember going through that, and I was just like, what is going, you know, all of a sudden my voice. But I know I went in there and I prayed about that, and it came out. I mean, that's one of my strongest, I think, anointed songs.
Wow.
And it's not even considered gospel, but you feel it. And I even began to sing in my spiritual tongue as a scat.
Wow.
And that started me to scat. That started me to scat differently.
Jesus.
I don't scat the same now. I scat different. It's different. It's very unique. And now it's something I can't even help. It used to be something I would say, well, I'm kind of implement that in certain places. But now it's who I am.
Wow. Wow. Let me ask you this. If people wanted to follow you or get in contact with you, could you tell them where they can find you at and how to get in contact with your team? I'll say it like that.
Oh, okay. Well, all my information, like my booking agent, my manager, all of them are on my website, which is ChandraCurrelley.com. And then you can go to Facebook. I'm Chandra Currelley, where it's the fan page of Chandra Currelley. And then on Instagram, it is the real Chandra Currelley, because I had somebody to do something. I said, you know what, I'm going to have to put that old blue dot on there.
Right.
A little blue check. I'm going to have to put it on there. So if it doesn't have the blue check,
it's not you. Okay.
And it's not me. Also, I'm on Twitter, Chandra Currelley. So, you know, it's pretty simple. Oh, yeah. And I also have a concert coming up on the 25th of this month at St. James in Atlanta. So it's a wonderful venue. It's safe. It's one of the few venues that I'm okay to do because I know that they're, you know, taking care of all of the, you know, social distancing and and the mask wearing and that kind of thing. But the venue is big enough to accommodate the, you know, the people that's going to come. So that's on the 25th at St. James 5 in Atlanta. I'm looking forward to that. And my second season on BT Plus as Alice on Bruh.
Okay. Okay. And you know what? Congratulations to you on everything that you have done and everything that you are in the process of doing here forward. But now, before we go, if you can speak a word or two or however to just a final encouragement to women, what would that be?
Well, first of all, I want to encourage you.
Oh, wow.
And thank you for following your spirit and being obedient. There could be nothing you fear or miss when you are being obedient. And to my beautiful sisters, understand that you are the most powerful being on earth. There's nothing that you cannot do. You have been equipped with everything that you need. You are to understand that you are to support and be the backbone of your sisters.
Yes. Yes.
Because you understand how hard it is. We ask God that He covers you, that these mothers and sisters, aunties, and, grandparents, and, women who have to take care of the home, entrepreneurs. Don't be afraid to operate in your vision.
Yeah.
Do not allow people to tell you no when God has said yes. If He's giving you something that nobody else can do. So if you don't do it, the world is missing out.
That's right.
And your purpose has been missed.
Yeah.
And understand that also that we have to pray for each other.
Come on now.
You not only being blessed, but that you be a blessing.
That's right.
Help each other out. Call, check. Be there for one another.
Wow.
And all your dreams will manifest.
Amen.
We close this.
Amen. Again, thank you so much. You guys, you have been listening to Chandra Currelley, and oh my God, such an awesome, powerful woman of God. The song you're getting ready to listen to now is from her, and it's called Love Again.